everybody, and welcome to this replay of the round 16 AFL clash between Carlton and Sydney from the Telstra Dome in Melbourne. Both teams were coming off disappointing losses by more than 5 goals, and Carlton made 3 changes to the side that went down to St Kilda, welcoming back Andrew Walker along with Adam Hartlett, while Mark Austin was also included for his first game of 2008. Sydney were without Amon Buchanan through suspension and omitted Nick Smith, while they also had to do without best and fairest runner-up Nick Malcheski, who withdrew on the morning of the match. Sydney, though, had won their last 10 games against Carlton and started as favourites as we now join the action. The roof is closed at Telstra Dome and we are underway as Cameron Cloke and Spider Everett go at it hard. Under the pack at the moment, Cade Simpson.
Well,
Ablett went third man up there, missed it completely. Cameron Cloke with a kick, clearing the congestion, but straight to Tyg Kennelly. And the Swans looking to run. Bolton, well-weighted kick to the run of Ryan O'Keefe. Steps inside Fisher, back the other way. Now Jolly. The big man takes the mark. Played, but hasn't kicked a major for 3 weeks in the AFL. From right on the 50, unloads, looks good off the boot. The Swans draw first blood. Laterally, Heinz Carazzo.
a lot of numbers behind the footy here. Look at the numbers in front of him.
Carazzo again just bombing to the top of the square.
Oh, sure.
Jolly takes the mark, but a free kick going to the Blues.
Well, I think that was on too. Maybe a little bit of look at this replay, but a lot of players went to ground. If you have a look here, it was against play for, I think you'll find. It might even been Roberts-Thompson there. Yeah, that's a push. That was a push twice. So take your pick. Whoever's the better kicker, you should take this, either Hartlett or Big Cruiser. In fact, Big Cruiser will take the kick.
Well, it was his free kick.
The Cruiser, at 19, the youngest player on the ground today, has kicked 6 goals straight this year, and the #1 recruit makes it 7 without a miss. Looks for the lead of Favola. Good body work there from Leo Barry, who's now got some problems holding the ball.
It's a tough deal.
Favola quickly on with the job. Mark is being taken now by Wiggins. Running past Judd. Kirk trying to track him down. Can't get there. And Captain Judd kicks the goal. Kick to no one in particular. Heath Scotland runs onto it now. In the centre circle. Has the lead out wide of Wiggins. Bevan goes with him and gets away the free kick.
Well, they're second to the ball at the moment, the Swans. They're giving away all the free kicks. I know the free kicks are going Carlton's way, but they're in front. They're first to the ball.
Fisher leads. Shook his opponent and takes the mark.
Well, this is great coaching from Brett Ratton. You talk about Paul Roos a tick early, Liam. He's got Favola up the ground. He's got Wiggins doing a defensive job on Matner. And now he's got Lewis Roberts-Thompson and Ted Richards playing key post on the last line of defence.
Fisher's first effort was a shocker. Can only improve from there. And he's going to give the Blues a 16-point lead.
Reach there.
McVeigh has Leo Barry all on his own. Wanted to come in board again. It's onto the favoured left. Has to hook it around the body. Was looking for play fair, but he was outmatched by Mark Austin on that occasion, playing his first game. Well, just his second game, his first of the year.
This is going to hurt because Leo Barry was one that was up the ground.
Favola from just inside the 50 unloads, and the Blues have kicked 4 in a row. Less than 4 minutes to play, term #1. Sydney with some work to do. Ablett dispossessed. Now Kirk squeezes a kick.
Clever. That was very clever.
And it runs to Paul Bevan, who gets an open look at the goals. The Swans need a steadier, and he supplies it. Play on is the call. Scotland in the centre of the ground. O'Loughlin almost running him down. The pass is a good one though. Carlton looking for their 5th of the opening term. Right on the siren. Jordan Russell makes no mistake and extends the lead. They'll enjoy a 22-point buffer here at the end of 1. Jolly wins the tap. Now Scotland, who's been busy, gave it up though to Adam Goods, who slams it onto the boot. O'Loughlin comes out the target. Did a good job to corral the ball and running onto the crumbs there. The goal has been kicked by Jude Bolton. Craig Bird, his first possession of the game. Looking for O'Keefe. Pass wasn't the best though. Bird kept running though with a bounce. Judd trying to track him down. Just worried him on the kick at least. And Cameron Cloak drives Carlton back inside their attacking 50. Leo Barry takes the mark, but a free kick is going to Carlton.
Matna will be really disappointed with that, because he must have been aware that Leo Barry was going to come in third man in to help out in that contest. So
it's not a good start to the game. Andrew Walker coming back from this shoulder problem. It's his 8th possession. He's already had a couple of inside 50s. Yeah, just a little bit intent on stopping his run there.
Top 10 in the Blues goal kicking last season. From 48 unloads. Fans behind the goals like it, and the Blues get the quick reply. And the Swans restart. Bolton back for Kennelly. Using the corridor, O'Keefe. Next in line. Bit of movement from Sydney. Kennelly kept running all the way to the wing. Now Goods is the target. Muscles his way forward. Also there Grundy. Wrapped up in a strong tackle by Bryce Gibbs.
Didn't have it.
And a free kick going to Sydney.
This could be his second goal.
He's kicked 2 goals twice this season, which is his career high, and he's done it for a 3rd time as Sydney eat a little further into the lead. Cruiser at the back.
There he is again. You see Kurt right with him, but again, there'll be another contested possession.
Farms out the handball, running onto it Simpson. Blues pressing once more. Betts. Well, not beyond him. Tight in the pocket, nurses it to the goal square for Vola, the target. Richards knocks it through, but a free kick to the Blues.
I think the height factor there, Leo Barry, like having another look, I thought it was nearly a free kick. Leo's just sitting on the ground saying, well, I'm not quite sure, umpire, but you just see the secondary. Nothing there.
Not watching the ball. Nothing there still.
Well, the margin back to 22 points. That's where we started this term. Well, the Blues with all the answers at the moment. Less than 9 minutes out from half-time. Scotland hands over to Nick Stevens. Just his 4th disposal. And again, they found an open man, and it was Jared Waite ghosting down from the back line. Jared Waite made his debut against the Swans round 1 2003 in game number 100. He kicks the goal. He kicked 28 goals last season to be top 3 at Carlton. It's only number 5 in 2008 after switching to the defence, but they have doubled the score of Sydney here, and we've played 19.5 minutes in term number 2. Sydney attacking once more. Unable to take the mark there, Mark Austin. And now a chance running onto it for Henry Playfair. And the Swans needed that. Carlton by 22 points. That's where we started this term. Jolly back into the ruck. Wins the tap. Jude Bolton got front position. And the Swans are off and running to the forward line. Bevan farms out the handball. Jolly from the ruck. Jill got down there quickly. Leaves it for Ryan O'Keefe. And Sydney have kicked back-to-back goals for the first time today. Well, Jude Bolton doing a great job. O'Keefe for the finishing touches. He's kicked goals in 9 of his last 10 games, O'Keefe. In the absence of Barry Hall, expected to shoulder a little more of their offensive output. Again, Ablett.
Another clearance, John.
O'Keefe looking to run onto it. Walker did a good job to keep him at bay initially. Now chance for Mark Murphy. Took a long time deciding what he was going to do with it. Knockdown taking the kick, but no whistle forthcoming. Judd in strongly. Kirk never far away.
Must have been the secondary action from McVeigh, and 50 for arguing. Oh, well, this gives him a chance for a shot on goal now. Little Ray Chamberlain.
I reckon we look at the replay. This was a terrible free kick. Well, have a look at Murphy when he kicks the ball. I think he just nothing much in that. Gee whiz. And this next one, well, Chris Judd to finish here.
They've had the rub of the green, the Blues.
Well, they've had 20 free kicks in the first half.
Judd looking to extend the lead. Already a goal kicker today. Off the boot, gets it home, and the margin back to 22 points. Jolly again, decisively, looking for Goods, who went to ground. Ablett over the top of Nick Stevens, who remains down. Blues get the ball. Cameron Cloak didn't do a lot with it, though. Jordan Russell steams onto it. Now Carazzo measures the pass, going back. Fisher couldn't finish the mark. Eddie Betts lurking dangerously around the body. It floats home.
What a goal.
Judd. Scotland. More than 29 minutes played, term number 2. And the Blues trying to break the shackles out of the defence. Scotland attacked by O'Keefe. Good tackle. Eddie Betts. Quick hand pass over the top. Grundy is there for Sydney. Coughed it up quickly. Well, Carlton have just continued to make this ball go in their direction at the moment any way that they can. Stevens again looking for Walker. Confronted strongly by Roberts Thompson. Fisher round the body. Sydney with numbers. Craig Bolton. Now O'Keefe.
This is a great run by Kennelly. Really is.
Ball sits for him kindly as well, and the man from County Kerry is off. With a bounce. Looking to centre it. Interesting kick. Strong body from Kieran Jack.
Great contest all around there. Jared Waite made him earn that.
Good awareness as well from Jack as he finds McVeigh.
It's what happens when you're holding the ball up and you're trying to milk the clock.
So the Blues with a 28-point lead. And McVeigh, good distance, never looked like missing. Cloak decisively.
Got his kick.
Comes back to Sydney though. Bevan getting it out quickly to Jude Bolton, who looks for O'Loughlin. Wearing him like a glove, Jamison. Sydney still with a chance. Kieran Jack quickly onto the boot. Wobbles it to the half-forward line. Ted Richards took front position. Down from the back line. Pinned in the corner. Brings it back to the hot spot, and the mark has been taken.
Here he is again.
Team kick, though. That was a magnificent kick to the top of the square. Could have blazed away. Jared Waite looks a little bit hurt down the boundary line. Richards and Thornton having a go at each other. But that was a great team kick. It's a real dangerous spot. And if you know you're going to kick it there, you'll get there as a player. And McVeigh was right on the right spot.
McVeigh, a multiple goal kicker in 7 games this year. Does it again. That's 2 in a minute for the Swans.
Go to him.
Jolly did that well to find Jude Bolton. O'Loughlin getting goal side of his opponent Jamison here. But Jamison's been tremendous all day, but Sydney's still with a chance. O'Keefe goes off the ground on cue, and the Swans get the first of the second half. Cloak's kick cut out there wide opposite number Jolly.
There'll be players free everywhere here for Sydney now.
O'Keefe tried to nurse it over the top and finds Playfair. Plays on. Jared Moore, handball over Bevan, the man in the square. Jared McVeigh kicks the goal. It's a 1-point lead for Carlton. Murphy in on the boundary line. Now with some space to work into is Carazzo. Not a lot on offer at the moment. Kick for distance. Favola outnumbered almost 3-1. Ball comes to ground. Lewis Roberts Thompson with Matner. Well, they're swarming at the moment, Sydney. Up and about. Full of confidence. Looking for Everett. No one inside the attacking 50 for Sydney. No one on the mark either, so Everett can lope forward. Now Playfair, goal side of his opponent, Austin. Comes again. Moore, taken high, will win the free kick. Oh, it's all one-way traffic at the moment. And a 50-metre penalty against the Blues as well, just to make this a certainty for Sydney. Well, they've kicked 5 goals in the last 14 minutes, bracketed across half-time, and Sydney are in front for the first time since the opening quarter. Okay, so it's a second free kick, so we play the free. Scotland breaks one tackle. Now measures the pass. Had to go back with courage there, Murphy.
Got Gibbs in the middle.
Uses him now. And Gibbs, well, his pass to Favola. And a free kick against Leo Barry.
There's great body use from Brendan Favola. And Leo's saying, well, all I did was lean into him. It was terrific protection of the area where the ball was going to bounce, land from Brendan Favola. Great forward play. Just have a look, good use of the body.
I think there was a hold earlier. It's not quite catch on that angle. I think he had a stretch of the jumper again. Otherwise, again, it looked a little bit on the softer side, fair to say. They need this just to stem the flow a bit.
Well, the Blues haven't kicked a goal for 22 minutes. Favola breaks the drought, and we are back on level terms.
Goods is pushed forward too.
Now, Lachlan using the left leg there, trying to find the short target, unable to do so. Carlton relieve the pressure. Tremendous work from Walker.
Hit the ground running, that was sensational.
Took them on, wobbles it forward. Matner took them on. It was Heath Grundy. Nick Stevens wrapped up in the tackle. Taken down by Craig Bird, to emerge with the ball as well. Grundy again. For Kennelly.
Look at the pressure Kennelly's
Can't find it. Jordan Russell there. Now the Blues go to work, and the mark taken by Favola. Plays on quickly over the top, and the finishing touches are supplied here by Adam Hartlett. His first goal of the season. The ball.
I understand why.
Quick kick forward for Sydney. Bounced in favour O'Dwyer. Scotland with the support of Jamison. Up to the wing. Cloak. Couldn't find it. Goods running away from the ball here. And that allows Cade Simpson marching forward to Favola. Approaching the 19-minute mark of term number 3. It's good off the boot. The Blues have another.
For a young player.
And Gibbs now running off Goods and trying to attract him as well. Swinging the ball around. Murphy. Carlton have kicked 4 goals in 8 minutes. Still more than 6 minutes left on the clock in the third quarter. And Bevan looking for Jolly. Kicked the first goal of the game. This end of the ground, Jolly.
Here's Goods.
Goods on the lead. Gibbs right there with him. Jared Moore latches onto the loose ball. Open goal. Beckons, and the Swans hit back.
Oh.
Cameron Cloak up high. Palms it to Bentic. Had to go again, Cloak. And now they've coughed it up. Jared Moore. Quick kick out of the conjunction. Goods.
There he is.
Goal kicker last week in the loss to Hawthorn. A goal kicker the last time he played the Blues as well. Adam Goods comes in, and a straight kick separates these teams again.
And he drew a free kick.
Scotland looking deep. Heads to the goal front. Favola pushed out of the equation.
He's had a couple of ticky-touchwood free kicks, Brendan Favola, but that was definitely there. Let's have a look at this replay. No, the nudge was far too early. That's a free kick.
It is, but you're right. Swings and slides. We did say it was 20 free kicks to 8 at half-time. A couple of these, and I hope it doesn't, because just pay them as you see them, but empty forward line here, just Goods and Gibbs, unless Wade can get back.
Goods working to the front. Gibbs too strong.
Yeah, that's a positive sign for Bryce Gibbs.
He's a star, this kid, mate.
Grigg steps around Bird. Off and running from the 50. The left footer unloads and gets the job done. It started with Bryce Gibbs and it's finished by Sean Grigg. Now the Swans with Kennelly. Less than a minute to remains here until three-quarter time, and the mark taken by Jude Bolton, who plays on quickly. O'Keefe unloads. Lewis Roberts-Thompson on the end of it. Hasn't kicked a goal for 3 weeks, though. That bends back, and it's a 5-point difference.
Have a look at this cruiser free kick again. There's Jolly. Yeah, there's actually a nose
massage.
Yeah. Good decision.
Carazzo works to the front, wins the tap. The Blues continue to force the ball in their direction. Nice kick around the corner from Carazzo. Jordan Russell couldn't take the mark, but Sydney still with some work to do. Craig Bolton for Jared Moore.
Good running from
Ablett
Ablett.
the target.
That's hard running from Luke Ablett there. Been good on Nick Stevens. Only 8 disposals for Nick Stevens. Averages about 24.
Good awareness as well as he finds Craig Bird.
Got McVeigh 1-on-1 in the square.
Looks in that direction now. McVeigh goal side of Scotland. Controlled it well. Marches into the goal. Kicks his 4th, a career high.
Yeah.
Goal kicker in the 3rd quarter, Adam Goods. This to give Sydney a 7-point lead across the face. A minor score.
They're still going to continue to do this. They're going to empty out the forward line as much as possible and try and make it one out. But as you said, John, in the call, there's not a thing Bryce Gibbs could have done with that one. The kick was spot on.
Murphy was looking for Simpson, but went beyond him. Still with plenty of work to do, the Blues. Not on their defensive 50. Swans are just talking them out of this at the moment. Murphy comes again.
Just the pressure.
Ratso. Fisher helping out the defenders.
That's great pressure.
And he's forced the error.
It forced the turnover. Now there's some Sydney players free everywhere here inside the forward 50.
Jared Moore with the next one.
Roberts-Thompson looks to the pocket. Strong mark has been taken by O'Keefe.
That's why Sydney are ranked #1 in tackles. Their pressure and their forward 50 there, they just didn't want to let the ball come out with any fluency. We see the turnover. That's just great play there from young O'Dwyer. Just caused the ball to spoon in the air. Playfield takes the mark and importantly plays on quickly.
The goal kicker in the 2nd quarter and again in the 3rd. O'Keefe. Sydney with a 2-point lead. 7 minutes played in the final quarter. This to give them their biggest lead of the game. And Ryan O'Keefe makes no mistake. Surveys the options. Needed to be precise and was as he found Wiggins, who hands over to Michael Jamison. His pass not the best. Ball in dispute, chance for Matner. Club from behind and O'Keefe can run away.
It's hurt him too.
Well, for Vola.
This is a good kick.
Scotland knocks it down. Lurking Jared Moore to Goods. Had support, elected to go solo. Gets a user-friendly bounce, but can't bring it back enough.
If Favola was just over the top in this area here, he had a little bit of a winch to the umpire to say, what for? Well, basically rode Matner into the ground.
Scotland restarts and finds Cameron Cloak. 10 minutes played in the final quarter.
Swung the leg there at Favola and didn't connect, of course.
Hand pass from Austin. Put some pressure on. But he was equal to the challenge. Murphy. Judd. Tackled without it, perhaps.
Oh, that's super.
Still got away from it. And Murphy kept running. He started the play. He's going to put the finishing touches on and hit the post.
Well, Chris Judd, he's unbelievable in place. We had 3 players to beat there and still had the awareness to turn in the tackle and hand the ball to Mark Murphy. He wasn't taking the players on, but hold his feet, strong through the hips. Clever.
Richards did well. Bodying out Betts from the contest. The hand pass, not the best, but it finds Kieran Jack. Good acceleration. He gets away, looks for Adam Goods. Takes the mark, plays on. Tries to improve the angle with the left foot, and Sydney have the biggest lead of the day. Fisher squaring the ball for Bryce Gibbs.
Gibbs is in the midfield now. They've taken him off Adam Goods. Young Jamison's on Adam Goods in the goal screen out.
Thornton made the error, then cleans it up. Heath Scotland looking for Betts. Bolton with the edge in height.
Good spot.
Stevens came up with the loose ball, and now a chance for Jared Waite. In his 100th game, can't get the goal they needed.
3 shots on goal for Jared Waite, playing at centre back, 20 disposals. His direct opponent O'Keefe had 26 and 4 shots on goal. Bit of a shootout between the boys.
It is.
Carlton have kicked just 2 behinds since three-quarter time.
A little bit sore, Jared Waite, too, after that. He got disposed of. The hands of the trainers at the moment.
Yeah, probably not sure you want to be playing on Ryan O'Keefe a bit sore, because he'll test you with an inch of your life with his work rate.
Grundy, good distance with the kick, and Jolly takes the mark.
Well, he shouldn't have allowed Cameron Cloak. Shouldn't have allowed him to get goal side.
Jolly plays on, kicked the first goal of the game, and he puts a nail in Carlton's coffin. Second goal of the game, 51st of his career. Sydney lead by 19 points. 7 and a bit minutes to play. Cloak scurries a kick forward for Carlton. Judd with Matta to contend with. Somehow got it to Fisher. Quick hands, Wiggins, Bentic. Neat pass, Betts. Carlton desperate for their first since three-quarter time, and Eddie Betts obliges.
Well, came back from the centre clearance from Cameron Clyde, got it forward, scrounged it forward. I think was a good, apt description. But if you can get it, even if you throw it on your boot, sometimes your forwards are in front. Good kick by Bentic, and Betts has got that ability to really ignite the side because of the way he plays. And important that he got that goal because it was really getting to become a margin that was nearly out of control over 3 goals.
It's interesting, Jared Waite's free behind the ball for Carlton, and Ted Richards is free for Sydney. So not quite sure who initiated the free man, but it means there'll be some uncontested ball in the next couple of minutes.
Lewis Roberts-Thompson gets the Sydney Swans heading forward. McVeigh shut down by Scotland. Nice tackle from O'Keefe, and it rattled the ball away from Grigg. Scotland again for Carazzo. Again, the Swans providing plenty of pressure. Bentic taken high.
But the trouble is they've got an extra man at the stop in their defence now, but when Carlton go forward, Sydney have got an extra man.
Well, this is the problem, as I said. Carlton's ball use in this last quarter has been very ordinary. And now whether that's the pressure of the Swans, whether that's the implied pressure or the perceived pressure they've got these players, they're kicking at 38%. They need to tidy that up to be able to win this game.
Kirk. Hand pass missed its target. Brad Fisher finds Cruiser. Did well to get it to Bryce Gibbs, in turn Carazzo. Carlton not done with just yet. Bentic been busy here in the final quarter. Russell nudged under it by Kennelly, who runs back now. Judd tracks him down. Mattner caught on the wrong foot, which is his right, but he finds Playfair.
Again, that kick inside 50, John, it's like straight over his head. Favoured Kennelly. This is why they've got the ball on the other side, the Swans.
Playfair looking for Jolly. Cruiser there with him. It's big fist on the ball. Taken over the line by Jared Waite.
Paul Roos has got a little bit of a mismatch here too. He's got Nick Stevens at full back on Jared Moore. Nick Stevens should be screaming out to someone on a half-back flanker to come back and play on him. He's to get on the ball to generate some forward thrust from my team.
Roberts-Thompson gave that up straight to Waite. Now a chance for Cade Simpson. Goes to the goal square for Vola. Wrestling with Craig Bolton. Playfair joins in. Favola trying to draw a free kick. He's given one away for a throw.
He tried to do the right thing there, Brendan. It was a little bit stupid. It was a scoop. It's a free kick.
Mattner. Kieran Jack with it now as we move inside the last 5 minutes. O'Keefe waited for the bounce. It wasn't a good one. Favoured Sean Grigg, but that was a little deliberate. Free kick to the Swans.
You've got to be a bit cleverer than that.
He was better off grabbing the ball and letting Ryan O'Keefe tackle him and then go to ground.
Well, take the tackle. Don't cough it up like that. That wasn't very subtle.
Just his 19th game of his career, Sean Grigg. As O'Keefe looks for goods. Couldn't take the mark, but this game is now being played on Sydney's terms.
You mentioned Nick Stevens. I think Brett Ratton's just said, look, you're not getting the ball in the midfield. You've had 8 touches. You go and play a role for us in defence. That's certainly a Carlton move. He hasn't been dragged back there. He's played there pretty much the whole last quarter.
Carazzo got it from Gibbs. was trying to find Bentic, now out of bounds.
That's fair enough too, but if I was Paul Roos, I'd say, okay, let's empty out the forward line. Even though Jared Moore is knee-high to a grasshopper, we'll use him as the power forward.
But it's a win to Sydney anyway. They want Nick Stevens back there. They're happy with that.
Everett won the tap, went straight to Eddie Betts. Richards hit the ball first. And a high tackle called against Carlton by umpire Ray Chamberlain.
First of the ball, Sydney. O'Keefe, he's been an absolute star today. 3 goals, 27 disposals. 10 inside 50s.
Goods to target once more. Carlton getting back with numbers, but Goods is there wheeling around. Not accurately enough. The hot point post out of bounds on the full.
Well, that was amazing. Jared Waite spoilt his own teammate and Cameron Cloak there. It's amazing the free kick count also. It's just about evened up. 25 to Carlton, 21 to Sydney.
13-5 since half-time after it was 20-8 the other way.
Could have put good money on that line.
Yes.
Half-time.
Look at the pressure. Now, Carlton need to somehow force a free ball here because Sydney, they're the masters of this. Let's just make it contest after contest after contest. Let's see if we can make it a real scrap and waste 2 minutes off the clock, which makes it nearly impossible for the Blues to win.
More than 23 minutes played. Murphy backtracking, shrugs one tackle. In traffic. Bentic back for Murphy. Favola against Bolton, wrestling. Eddie Betts,
great tackle.
Livewire ran onto it. Favola comes again around the body. The Blues are back to within distance.
It's a great tackle. The great recovery from Brendan Favola. It was great play from Matner. You just see Mark Murphy. He got the 1-2. That was terrific play from Mark Murphy. Gets the ball in Favola. Good contest. You see Eddie Betts get the ball. A great tackle from Matner, but Favola's agility to get up was first class.
Well, Eddie Betts kept the ball alive. That was the beauty of this. It was a great bit of play by Bolton, but he just was able to just move it forward into some space, and well done for Favola to run onto it and kick the goal. They're not out of this.
Favola gets his 5th. They've kicked the last 2, Carlton. It's the 7th time in 16 games this season the Fevs got 5 or more. Jolly into the ruck for the Swans. Knocks it forward.
Interesting knock forward. There was no Swans player where he knocked it to, though.
And now a chance for Thornton.
Good option.
Just hit and hope, and the mark taken by Bevan.
Had to lower his eyes a little bit. Just kicking hope was just called case. Sydney defence loved that.
Less than 3 minutes on the clock. Swans need at least 2 scores. Carlton need at least 2 scores. And it's Sydney going forward. And what a mark taken there by O'Keefe.
He'll hold it up here for a while. He'll try and milk it for all it's worth.
Game high 10 marks for O'Keefe. Disposal number 29 to go with it. Jolly.
He's putting his hand up for all Australian honours, Darren Jolly. He's been outstanding today. If he nails this, it'll be very hard for Carl to get back. He's already kicked the 2 goals. 9 marks, 4 of those contested. It's a great follower's game.
And averages 22 hit-outs a game, 3rd in the AFL.
It's a big kick. Difficult kick. But he has been kicking very well all day. Confidence, Bud?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident.
This to wrap it up. Darren Jolly kicked the first goal of the game. That one saves the post.
He hit that well too.
He hit it well.
The Blues need to just... Their ball use here is critical.
Well, they've got to kick 2 goals in a minute and a half.
90 seconds on the clock. The Blues at centre wing.
Playing at all costs. Just get the ball in there.
Roberts Thompson loose behind play, and the Swans Carlton forward line. Look at that. That's what kills you in a close game.
We've got to take the game on, Liam. You're right. The ball had to go in the corridor, even if it goes to a 50-50, because by holding the ball up, it allowed Sydney to get behind the ball. Just to kick it out wide really helped Sydney.
Beautiful play by Murphy.
Bentic, Bryce Gibbs into the pocket looking for Favola, but it's too wide.
They need a man up here now, Carlton. The last thing they need is an uncontested mark to a free Sydney player.
They're going to get one
Well,
here.
no one's on the mark, which is quite interesting. I think that's good play.
Well, we saw John Badney, so he can just stand there and bounce it. Now, that's what I'd do. I would not be moving at the moment. I'd be standing there if I was
Well,
always
this is
having
good
a
play.
bounce.
Good play from Lewis Roberts-Thompson.
Now looks for distance up to the wing. Jolly and Cloak contest. Cloak goes to ground. Grigg finds Thornton.
Needs to get the ball in the corridor to wait if he can find it.
Does so now. Blues running out of time. 40 seconds and counting. Scotland off a step. It was a neat pass.
They got Fisher
Simpson.
on long.
Fisher's a long target.
Simpson spots him now. Looks for Fisher. Roberts-Thompson there with him.
Is it
Eddie? Came strongly. Eddie Betts running into
right.
an open goal. We've got a 2-point ball game.
Magnificent front and square goal. You sensed something was going to happen, and there's no doubt the Sydney runner will now get out to every Sydney player and say, get behind the ball. 19 seconds left on the clock. You can see Paul Roos. He's showing some animation now. The runners are out there.
The hit up by Scotland was a beauty because instead of continuing and going the wide track, he took it back into the corridor, which opened it up for Simpson, and they're exciting. There's players like Eddie Betts.
There's no doubt there's a lot of Sydney players behind the ball. All they need is an uncontested possession, Sydney. Carlton just need to get it in there and try and halve a contest. Keep the ball alive.
Well, they're dragging down some dangerous players from on, as well as doing that.
19 seconds on the clock. The Swans hold a 2-point edge. Ablett tackle.
Well, that's a win for Sydney.
10 seconds. They need to, it's got to be a long hit. Someone, even the third man up's got to come over and hit this into space.
Gibbs.
And that's what they did.
Obliges. Bolton
Burns.
taken high by Judd, and that will be enough.
He deserves it, Jude Bolton. He's been a star today. He got Sydney back in the game.
Oh, what a contest. It meant a lot to Paul Roos. He shows the animation. And after they were down by 29 points in the second quarter, the Swans climb out of the grave to post their 11th straight win over Carlton.
Well called, Case. You don't see emotion from Paul Roos that often, but he knew this was and look, they're only 4-point games, but now they're a game and a half clear in fourth spot. That's a great win. It's a terrific game of football all day. We see Brendan Favola there. He was a star with 5. But Sydney's leaders, Liam, Ryan O'Keefe, Jude Bolton, McVeigh, Super, Darren Jolly.
They were wonderful this afternoon, both sides really. I think Carlton, full credit to the way they played. Without a major influence from Judd or Nick Stevens, I thought the game of Bryce Gibbs on Adam Goods was just sensational this afternoon. I thought he was clearly their best player. Favola was very good with 5 goals, but when the game was in the balance, the more experienced, better ball users in Sydney were able to get them over the line.
And also without the fact that Leo Barry and Michael O'Loughlin was unbelievable there, with O'Loughlin limping off the ground.
You just see that Paul Roos talking to Mickey O'Loughlin.
Just have a look at the Sydney Swans play. Sorry, Liam. They are, and Adam Goods in the middle. That's amazing. They are as tight as a bunch as you'll ever see.
Well, it'll be interesting, I'd say, Ty Kennelly, who did some important things at the finish. 150th game for Northern Ireland. Wonderful performer.
The Blues were brave also.
They were great this afternoon, they really were.
Well, the Blues led by 22 points at quarter time, by 16 at the half. They were still in front at three-quarter time by 5 points. But it's Sydney who prevail in an absolute thriller. It's Sydney 18-13, 121, and defeated Carlton by 2 points, 18-11, 119.